And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to EOSN. It has been a long time since we have done anything. So just going to explain why we disappeared. Honestly, I'm starting a business which focuses on coverage of high school sports in my local area. So I've been doing a lot of broadcasting there. So we kind of took a break from EOSN, but we got it back just in time for our World Series. So before we do that, let's go ahead and recap what exactly happened during the regular season. So if you remember, we did random groups, 3 NL, 3 AL, top 2 advance to the postseason. So let's check it out. So in Group A, the New York Yankees and Oakland Athletics advance. Yankees advance thanks to their record of 3-1. But the Oakland Athletics would advance thanks to their tiebreaker, which was point differential over the Astros, the Rays. And, of course, the reigning world champion Minnesota Twins are out. Group B, shocker here. Kansas City and Chicago White Sox are the teams that advance. They advance because their records were better than Boston, Baltimore, and Los Angeles. Sorry, y'all Red Sox fan, but your Red Sox aren't going to be in this World Series. In Group C, the final group of the AL, the Indians are the number 1 seed, having a perfect season, and they will get it thanks to a 4-0 win. And then the Blue Jays win their final game of the season, their final 2 games of the season, and win the tiebreaker over both Seattle and the Rangers to be the final team to make it into the AL part of the postseason. Now we go to Group D. This was the death group. You have 3 of the top probably 5 teams in the NL there. The Washington Nationals, Chicago Cubs, and the Arizona Diamondbacks. As you can see, the Washington Nationals would go undefeated. The Cubs would only lose their game to the Washington Nationals, and the Diamondbacks would lose both to the Cubs and the Nationals, making them the odd man out. So the Cubs and the Nationals both into the postseason. For Group E, same thing for the Colorado Rockies. They go undefeated, and the Milwaukee Brewers only lose their game to the Colorado Rockies. Those 2 will advance. They'll advance over the Giants and the Braves and the Cardinals. And the final group, the Dodgers go 3-1 and only win their group because of the point differential at 19, as the Padres surprise everybody, go 3-1 and will get a point differential of 8. They will beat out the Marlins and the Pirates and, of course, the no-win Mets. So those are your teams in the NL. We will have Washington, Chicago, Colorado, Milwaukee, and Los Angeles, San Diego. In the AL, we will have Cleveland, Toronto, Kansas City, Chicago White Sox, and the Yankees and the Athletics. So we go on to the postseason. So the top two seeds in each league got automatic buys into the LDS. So that means New York and Cleveland for the AL got automatic buys into the next round. And the Washington Nationals and the Colorado Rockies got automatic buys into the next round. If you've been following my fictional sports universe for a while, you will notice that the NL has been dominated the last 2 years by the Washington Nationals. Let's see if they can win their 3rd straight pennant as we go to the final stage. First, we'll do the NL, or the AL wild card. Athletics upset the White Sox 7-1, and the Kansas City Royals upset the Blue Jays 11-4. Coming into the division series, the Indians beat the Athletics 3-2, and the Royals beat the Yankees in 5, and the Indians will sweep for the pennant. So they are in the World Series. In the NL, well, you already see it right there. The Padres outlast the Brewers 6-5. The Cubs upset the Dodgers 7-5. A big favorites to win the NL this year, the Dodgers. And then the Nationals will take it down the Padres in the NLDS in 4 games, and the Cubs will take down the Rockies in the NLDS in 4 games. And then the pennant for the 3rd year in a row goes to Washington. Will the 3rd time be the charm for Washington? Well, so far, not so much. Final score of Game 1 last night was 3-2, and it was a great one. It all started with Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson going into a 1-0 game over in the top of the 9th. And he would blast a 2-run shot, helping the Indians win in the top of the ninth. Final score there was 3-2. So here we go, on to Game 2 of this World Series. So away we go. Double checking here. All right, so away we go. Starting pitcher for the Nationals is Tanner Roark. Tanner has a 3.06 ERA and a record of 2 wins, 1 loss, 14 2/3 innings pitched, 10 hits allowed, 14 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Starting lineup for the AL champion and the series leading Cleveland Indians. Michael Brantley, the left fielder, leads off. Austin Jackson, the hero from last night, the right fielder, will bat second. Jose Ramirez, the third baseman, will bat third. Lonnie Chisenhall, the center fielder, will bat cleanup. Francisco Lindor, the shortstop, will bat fifth. Carlos Santana, the first baseman, will bat sixth. Jason Kipnis, the second baseman, will bat seventh. Yan Gomes, the catcher, will bat ninth. And Carlos Carrasco, the pitcher, will bat ninth. Defensive alignment for the Nationals goes as follows. Brian Goodwin over in left field. Michael Taylor in center. Bryce Harper in right. Infield featuring Anthony Rendon at third. Daniel Murphy at second. Ryan Zimmerman at first. And Trey Turner at shortstop. Battery featuring Matt Wieters catching for Tanner Roark. Leading off for the Cleveland Indians will be Michael Brantley. Brantley, a 191 average, 3 RBIs, no home runs, as Roark will get ready to deliver. And this one will be called a strike. So Roark looking strong to begin with. Let's see if he can get Brantley. This one, fly ball into right field. Harper ranges over and makes the easy grab for out number 1. Here's Tanner Roark to face Austin Jackson. Jackson, 271 average, 8 RBIs, 9 run scores, and 2 homers. And of course, the 2-run shot last night to take the lead in the top of the ninth. It was a 1-0 game. Blasts it off of, can't remember the name of the pitcher, but Austin Jackson hits a 2-run homer to make it 2-1. And then Francisco Lindor would single and score Lonnie Chisenhall to make it 3-1. Then the Nationals would mount a comeback with a pinch hitter, Halsey, hitting a single to score. Brian Goodwin. Matt Wieters would try to score at the same time, but would get gunned down at the plate. But that would bring the pinch hitter Halsey to third with with Ryan Zimmerman at bat, but he would strike out to end the game, making it 3-2 Cleveland. Roark sets and delivers. Called strike 3, and down goes Austin Jackson. So now here comes Jose Ramirez. Ramirez, 306 average, 6 runs scored, 9 RBIs, 1 homer, and 2 stolen bases in the short season. Pitched by Roark. And this one hit deep into right field, but it travels foul, so on the wrong side of the foul pole. So Roark takes a deep breath and gets ready to deliver Ramirez again. This one, ground ball, it's headed towards Turner, it's past him, and it's now going to be a single for the Indians. First hit tonight for Cleveland. Here's Lonnie Chisenhall with 2 down. Chisenhall, 286 average, 9 runs scored, 8 RBIs, 3 home runs. So a big bat for the Tribe coming up right now. Roark kicks and fires. And Roark wanted to strike out, but it's going to be a ball. Pitch to Chisenhall. This one singled right at Turner again, and this one's going to get past him again. 2 straight base hits for the Tribe at Trey Turner. And now here's Francisco Lindor, one of the captains of this Indians team. 250 average, 10 RBIs, 7 runs scored, and 2 home runs. Big chance here for the Indians to go out front on top here in Game 2. And this one, wild pitch. That's going to move Ramirez over to third. And Chisenhall, I believe, moves over as well. So now Roark needs to calm down as he delivers to Lindor. The pitch. This one into left field. That's a single. The Indians will score one. Another one rounds third. Lindor is caught in a rundown. Here we go. And he gets under the tag and advances to second. Wow. Lindor, great base running. And now it is 2-0 Cleveland. Here's Carlos Santana. Santana, 325, 4 runs scored, 4 RBIs. So he is looking very comfortable here. Pitch by Roark. Air check on the throw. If there is a throw, we'll find out. Carlos Santana lines this one at Zimmerman. Zimmerman makes the grab, and that ends the inning. So we go to the bottom of the first. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. 2-0 the first time for the Indians. Let's see if the Nationals can answer back. They badly need to. As Carlos Carrasco will now take... One second, I just want to make sure that equals out. As Carlos Carrasco will now take to the mound to warm up for his Game 2 the World Series start. Carrasco, 2.03 ERA, 1-0 record, 13 1/3 innings pitched, 11 hits, 16 strikeouts. He'll face Turner, Rendon, and Harper are the scheduled batters. Turner, 209 average, 4 runs, 4 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases and a single dinger. Pitch by Carrasco. And he tries to get the strikeout, but Turner holds up wisely. Easy call there by Turner as this one is popped up high. Lindor in the infield makes the grab for out number 1. Here's Anthony Rendon, 237 average, 9 runs scored, 3 RBIs, a single home run, and a single stolen base. Pitch to Carrasco, or by Carrasco. This one range play. Who we testing? This one fly ball left field. Jackson on the run trying to make the grab, and it is out of reach of him. That's going to be a single for Anthony Rendon, and now the tying run is on for Bryce Harper. Harper, 243 average, 37 at-bats, 12 runs scored, 8 RBIs, 4 home runs, and a stolen base. Big bat here and a chance to tie the game for Bryce Harper if he does what he does best. Pitch by Carrasco, and it's an air check. Carrasco. This one, ground ball hit right at Ramirez along the third base line, and he bobbles it. That's going to be a what? Boots the ball. Rendon will get to second. Harper reaches on the air, and now the go-ahead run is at the plate in Ryan Zimmerman. 250 average, 1 down, runner in scoring position for the Nats. 250 average for Zimmerman, 4 runs scored, 4 RBIs, a single home run, no stolen bases yet. Pitch by Carrasco. This one, singles up the middle. This could be big. Rendon will score. Harper holds at second, and it's now a 1-run game here in Game 2. Here's Daniel Murphy now, 361 average, 3 runs scored, 11 RBIs, 2 home runs. Pitch by Carrasco to Murphy. And that's a wild pitch. That's going to advance. Or sorry, it's a pass ball. Nope, sorry, my bad. They failed the pass ball check, so he fouls that one off, so we'll repitch. We got Beatles Eternally in the chat room. That's good luck for us. Every time Beatles Eternally joins us, we have ourselves a humdinger of a game. As called, strike 3, down goes Daniel Murphy. And now here comes Brian Goodwin. 289 average, 7 RBIs, 2 home runs, and 1 stolen base. Beatles, if you're just joining us, this is Game 2 of our MLB Alternate Universe World Series. Cleveland won Game 1 3-2 thanks to a exciting 2-run homer in the top of the 9th by Austin Jackson. Pitch by Carrasco to Goodwin. And that's going to be an error check. Now to Goodwin again. This one popped up high. Kipnis trying to range under it. He'll make the grab. And we're off to the 2nd inning. So after 1, it's 2-0 Cleveland for the Nationals on that last inning. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. Kipnis, Gomes, and Carrasco due up for the Tribe in the 2nd. Game 2 of the 2018 Alternate Universe World Series. Cleveland leads the series 1-0. Washington in their 3rd straight World Series. According to this alternate universe, Beatles Eternally says, go Washington. Will the 3rd time be the charm? Either way, a long-suffering fan base will finally get their title. It'll either be Cleveland, the end of Cleveland's wait, or the end of the frustrations for the Nationals as Roark delivers a ball to Kipnis. Kipnis, 275 average, 6 RBIs, 8 runs scored. And this one grounded right to Zimmerman. Zimmerman just steps on the bag at first, and that's going to be out number 1. Here comes Yan Gomes, the catcher. 359 average, 10 RBIs, 8 runs scored, and 4 homers. This guy could be a player in that MVP conversation that we will be having after the season is over. Pitch by Roark, and that's going to be a foul ball as he'll go to Yan Gomes. And Gomes grounds out to second base, and now here comes Carlos Carrasco. Carrasco, the pitcher. This is his first at-bat of the season, of course, since they all played in their leagues. We didn't do any interleague play. And Carrasco. First at-bat, this could be good. Grounds this one to Zimmerman. Zimmerman just steps on the bag, and that's going to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors. It's still 2-1 Cleveland, but the Nats have Wieters, Taylor, and Roark due up at the bottom of the 2nd. Game 2 of the 2018 MLB Alternate MLB World Series moves into the bottom of the 2nd now. Checking in on the chat room. Beatles Eternally saying some very nice things. He says, this would have been a great World Series. I think that the Dodgers are going to get buried tonight. Boston is just too dominant. I agree. I think I actually called before the series began. I said Boston in 5. I think that is going to hold. However, it would not hurt my feelings to see the Dodgers win tonight because I would just love to see Boston win in Fenway because that place would be crazy. He also says, man, we have to get you more subscribers. You're too good to not be known. Thank you so much, Beatles. I work pretty hard on it. I went to broadcasting school and stuff like that, so I try to work as hard as I can. So if you want to spread the word, please do. All right, here comes Carlos Carrasco to take on Matt Wieters. Wieters a 200 average. He's got 2 runs, 3 RBIs, 1 homer. As Carrasco pitches to the switch hitting catcher. And this one, deep fly ball into right field. Back to the wall goes Jackson. We are tied in Game 2. Matt Wieters launches one over the left field wall. And it is a even Steven here in Game 2. Bottom of the 2nd. It's tied at 2. Lots of 2s on your screen as Michael Taylor will walk in for his first at-bat of Game 2. 314 average, 4 runs scored, 3 RBIs, and 1 homer. Matt Wieters with the solo shot makes it a 2-2 game as Carrasco shakes it off, takes a deep breath, and fires. Taylor wanted the walk, but it's not going to happen. Misses it by a mile. Now here comes the next pitch to Taylor. This one. Single, past Lindor. And now Taylor is on the base paths, and he is dangerous. Here's Tanner Roark. They're not going to have him bunt. They're actually going to have him hit. So this is an interesting decision by the Nationals. And this one to Roark. This one. Ground ball along the first base line. It's past Santana. This is a single. Taylor uses his speed to get to third. Runners on the corners, and Tanner Roark helps himself out. Bad boy runs out, gives Roark the team jacket to get ready to go. And now the Nationals and the crowd feel it as Trey Turner will come on. He's 0 for 1 against Carrasco today. Carrasco trying to get out of this one. Nobody down with runners on the corners. Great position for the 3-time reigning NL champions. This one up the middle, and the Nationals have the lead. Roark holds at second, and it's 3-2 Washington. Here's Anthony Rendon now. Rendon 1 for 1 with the run scored earlier. This one, a range play. Who we testing, boys? This one, fly ball left field. Brantley making the run, makes the dive. It's past him. Roark will round third. Turner will advance to third, and it's 4-2 Washington. And Carrasco is falling apart. Nobody down here in the bottom of the second. He only lasts 1 inning. It's time to pull him. He's lost all momentum. He's got plenty left in the tank, but his confidence is shot. And now you're going to send him out to face the most likely man to win the NL MVP in this alternative major league, Bryce Harper. So, yeah, that's going to do it for Carrasco. New pitcher coming in for Cleveland. And it's going to be Nick Goody. Nick Goody with a 3 ERA has pitched 3 innings this short season, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, and a single walk. He is in a jam now. And the Nats, after barely losing Game 1, are back with a vengeance here in Game 2. The pitch, and he walks Bryce Harper. That was an intentional walk, no doubt about it. Load the bases now for Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman 1 for 1 with an RBI, and he's got a chance for another as Goody is lacking some confidence. The delivery. This one, error check. Zimmerman, if he can get in the outfield, that's huge. This one, ground ball to Kipnis. Kipnis drops the ball. Or he boots it. That's going to bring in at least 1 run. And it's now 5-2. Kipnis errors with the bases loaded. A real chance there to gun someone down and getting out. But now a very lopsided number. 5-2 here in the bottom of the second. And the Indians still have not recorded an out. And that's going to do it for Nick Goody. He's got nothing left. Zach McAllister will have to come in now. McAllister, 8.37 ERA. Pitched a 4 1/3 innings earlier and has given up 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. They just need to get him out of this inning. Daniel Murphy, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but he could light up the pitch. Called strike 3, and Murphy goes down for the first out. So finally, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hitters in this inning. The Nationals finally get out for the first time. The Nats starting to come through. Brian Goodwin 0 for 1. The pitch by McAllister. And he almost gets the strikeout there. Barely misses it. If that was a 12, it would have been a beautifully pitched ball. But now the pitch. This on fly ball into right field. Jackson ranges over, makes the grab. And the runners will hold. So 2 down And here comes Matt Wieters. 1-for-1 with the home run earlier in this inning. He homered in this inning earlier to make it a tie ball game, and now they put up 3 runs since then. Here comes the pitch by McAllister. Nothing happening there. Can Wieters get some more runs scored? The pitch. This one, fly ball in the left field. Brantley should have it, and the inning finally mercifully ends for the Indians. 4 runs on 5 hits, no error, or 1 error. Brantley, Jackson Ramirez due up for the Tribe in the 3rd. It is now 5-2 Washington. Well, Tanner Roark can go out there a little bit more comfortable now, knowing he's got a 3-run cushion. As things are heating up here in the nation's capital. Roark to face Brantley. Brantley's 0-for-1, and he'd like to keep it, make him 0-for-2. Not going to get the strikeout there as he pitches to Brantley again. This one, fly ball right field. Harper makes the easy play for out number 1. Now here's Austin Jackson, 0-for-1, but remember, he had the 2-run homer to put Cleveland on top late in the game last night. Roark couldn't get the strikeout, so we'll go to Austin Jackson again. This one, shallow ball into right field. That's a single, and Austin Jackson could be getting things moving for the Indians. Pick-off attempt by Roark, and nothing doing there. Roark with the pitch. Range play. Who's it going to be? As long as it's not in the infield, I think we're okay. 5-6. This one, fly ball, center field. Taylor making the run, and it's past him. That does not happen often. Jackson will round 3rd. He will score, and it's a 2-run ball game. Jose Ramirez with a double. Michael Taylor makes the dive, mistimes it, and it's getting interesting now here at Nationals Park. Roark takes a deep breath, kicks and fires, trying to get out number 2. Strikes out Lonnie Chisenhall. That's strikeout number 2 for Roark today. And now here is Francisco Lindor, who's 1-for-1 with 2 RBIs. And the pitch. And a beautiful pitch by Roark, a 1 to get the Lindor, who very rarely strikes out. So 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. Taylor, Roark, and Turner due up for the Nationals in the bottom of the 3rd. They lead 5-3. After this game, of course, they'll get on a plane tomorrow, go to Cleveland, and then Game 2 will take place on, or Game 3 will take place on Tuesday. Don't know what time. That'll depend entirely of the results of the game tonight, because if the Dodgers do win and we do have a Game 6 on Tuesday night, then I'll run that in the early evening of my time. Late afternoon, early evening my time. If they don't, then we'll make that a primetime game. McAllister on to probably finish this inning, and then they'll go elsewhere. The pitch to Taylor, who's 1-for-1 with a run scored, and he catches, makes a fool out of him. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to Michael Taylor. Here comes Zach McAllister to face Tanner Roark. Roark 1-for-1 with a run scored. See if Roark can get a 2-hit game here. Air throw check on the throw. Maybe, just maybe. This one, ground ball to Lindor. Lindor with the throw to first, in time to catch Roark for 2 down. Here's Trey Turner, who's 1-for-2 with an RBI and a run scored. McAllister sets and delivers. Air check. 3-2. This one, fly ball left field. Brantley makes the easy catch, and we're off to the 4th inning here in Game 2. No runs, no hits, no errors. Washington still leads 5-3. Tanner Roark back out there for inning number 4 of work. Things are looking pretty good here. Want to thank Beatles eternally for joining us as Roark kicks and fires. And that's not going to be a strikeout to Santana, who is 0 for 1. Would like to make him 0 for 2. Will it happen? This one, ground ball to Zimmerman. Zimmerman steps on the bag and does just that for out number 1. Here comes Jason Kipnis. Kipnis 0 for 1 as Roark takes his time and the pitch. Nothing there, so we'll now go to Jason Kipnis' card, see what he's got. This one into right field for a single. Kipnis has his first hit of the night. And now the tying run will come up in Yan Gomes, the offensive leader of this Indians team. As we mentioned earlier, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, a .350 average. Pitch by Roark with 1 down. See if we can get him to ground into a double play. Or we'll just strike him out, which will do just that to bring up Zach McAllister, actually the pitcher spot, because they're already in the bullpen. So they're going to bring in Bradley Zimmer to pinch hit for him. Zimmer, first appearance this season. In the actual 2017 season, he had 101 games, 299 at-bats, 41 runs, 39 homers, 39 RBIs, 8 homers, and 18 stolen bases, a .241 average. Against right-handed pitchers, he's got a 7 in 20 chance, so just over 25% chance of homering. 3-3. This one, air check to Zimmer. 4-3, fly ball. Left field. Goodwin makes the grab for out number 3, and we're moving on to the bottom of the 5th. So new pitcher will be coming in for the Indians. See who it is. It's going to be Sean Armstrong for the Tribe. Sean Armstrong, 4.5 ERA, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. So a lot of twos there, and would like to shrink that ERA with a decent performance here tonight. Checking in on the chat room, Beatles Eternally says, always good to be here. I'm glad your hiatus is over, Elon. Yeah, as I explained at the beginning of the channel, I'm currently focusing on starting a broadcast business of my own where I stream local high school events. So that was kind of giving me my streaming, and I just really missed YouTube and this fictional stuff. And like I've been doing the games and stuff like that offline just because I enjoy that. And I missed streaming and having a quote-unquote nationally televised game. So we're back now. Pitch by Sean Armstrong to Rendon. Fly ball right field. You can forget about that one. Clear for landing in the left field stands. And Rendon puts the Nationals up 6-3. Huge hit by Anthony Rendon. And now here comes Bryce Harper. And Armstrong gives up a homer to his first batter facing, and it's not going to get any easier for him. Armstrong to face Harper. 5-5. Will he strike him out? Yes, he will. Swing and a miss. And Harper goes down. Here comes Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman 1 for 2 with an RBI. Armstrong, gonna see if he can get past Zimmerman, then he's doing all right. Not going to quite get the strikeout, so it'll have to be up to the infield. Or the field. 2-4. This one, grounder to Ramirez. Ramirez, long throw to Santana. Makes it happen for out number 2. Here comes Daniel Murphy, who's 0 for 2. He's struck out twice. And Armstrong would like to get him to get out of this inning. 2-2. And it's not going to happen. So we will see some action on the field. The pitch to Murphy. Fly ball, center field. Chisenhall makes the grab. And it is off to the 5th inning we go here in Game 2. Brantley, Jackson, Ramirez do up for the Nationals. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for the Nationals, as the Indians will actually be at bat, trailing the Nationals going into the 5th, 6-3. That was a very long, confusing way to get to where I was going. There's got to be a simpler way to do it. All right. Michael Brantley due up for the Indians. Here comes Tanner Roark. In inning number 5 of work, can he get through it again? The pitch. What a pitch by Roark, who absolutely frames that one beautifully. Roark is doing his best Leonardo impression as he is putting on paint job after paint job on these Indians hitters. Strikeout number 5 for him. Roark came into this game with 14 strikeouts. He's now up to 19. Pitch by Roark, and it's going to be a range play. Who's Austin Jackson going to test? He's already scored once today. This one, ground ball at Rendon. Rendon makes the dive, and it's past him. Sorry, Turner makes the dive, and it's past him. And Jackson's on again. Austin Jackson showing he is going to be a problem in this World Series for Washington. Here comes Jose Ramirez. 2 for 2 with a double. And a run scored. Pitch by Roark, 2-4. And he misses the strikeout. So it'll be up to the defense to get the job done. This one, fly ball, left field. Goodwin makes the grab. Jackson will hold at first. So 2 down. Here comes Lonnie Chisenhall. 1 for 2 with a run scored today. Pitch by Roark. And that's going to be nothing. So we'll go to the Chisenhall's card. And the pitch. This one lined right at Roark, who makes a great grab. And we're off to the bottom of the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Goodwin, Wieters, and Taylor due up for the Nationals. They're still leading it 6-3. At some point this week, we'll probably have an American football broadcast. And I'm currently in the process of getting the game Classic Soccer by ASG Games. I've been playing the demo version, and it's really fun. I'm excited to do some soccer league, as well as our hockey and basketball leagues as well. But I know Beatles Eternally, you're all about the diamond. And it's definitely my favorite sport of the big ones. And I guess they're going to, I hit roll before I could think about it, and they're going to leave Sean Armstrong to take on one more person. It's Brian Goodwin, who's 0 for 2, so why not? Goodwin hits this ball. Let's see what happens. 2-3. Ground ball. Gomes. They're going to test his range, and he will not get to it in time. I don't know how you single in front of the catcher, but somehow, some way, Goodwin does exactly that, and that's going to end the night or the afternoon for Sean Armstrong. Who's it going to be? Tyler Olson now to finish the inning. He'll face Wieters, Taylor, and Roark. Pitch by Wieters. Range play at the ballpark. Let's see what Wieters does here with a runner on. This one, ground ball hit right at Kipnis. Kipnis, can he make the dive? Yes! Kipnis picks it up. Goes ahead and kicks it over to Lindor. Kicks it over to Santana for the out, but Goodwin will advance to second. So now here comes Michael Taylor. 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a run scored with 1 down and a runner on second. Here comes the pitch. And it's going to be an error check on the throw. 3-1. This one, ground ball to Ramirez. Ramirez bobbles it. I don't believe it. Ramirez will bobble it. A throwing error on Ramirez. Goodwin will get to third. Taylor will hold at first. So now Tanner Roark will come up with 1 down and a runner on the corners. Pitch by Tyler Olson, trying to get out of this inning. It is not looking good, folks. And the next pitch to Roark. 5-4. This one, fly ball into right field. Jackson makes the grab, but it's not enough to score Goodwin. Goodwin will hold. And now here comes Trey Turner. Turner, 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Here comes the pitch by Olsen to try to get out of the inning. And he'll do just that as he strikes out Trey Turner. Lindor, Santana, Kipnis do it for the Indians. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Nationals as they lead it 6-3 going into the 6th. Well, the Nationals look very poised here to tie the series up. Beatles Eternally checking in on the chat room. He says, my wish is that one day you'll replace Joe Buck. You and me both. That's my dream job there. Keep it going, Nats. Yep, I agreed. And he also said, will you still be doing baseball in the real off season? I haven't decided yet. I like doing the other sports as well. But I haven't decided if I'll still be doing baseball in the real off season. What I do think I will do is, as much fun as I've had with these inside sports games, is once we get started with basketball and hockey and next baseball season and next football season, I think I'm going to transition to Action PC because I like watching the play actually develop in front of me. I've said that before. And I know I've done some Action PC baseball stuff. But as much fun as I've had with inside sports over the years, I think it's just time to mix it up. I'm not sure if I'll do any baseball over the off season. Probably not, because there's so many other sports that I'd like to do. Like to throw some variety in the channel, which means tragically we probably won't be having your presence here, Beatles. But if you ever do feel like you want to check out a soccer game or anything else, definitely come on by. And if not, we'll see you in the baseball season to come. As Lindor grounds out to second base, and now here comes Tanner Roark to face Carlos Santana, 0 for 2. And the pitch, and he walked him. So Roark, that's only his first walkout of the game through 5 1/3 innings of work. As Jason Kipnis will come on, he's 1 for 2. He got a single last time. A single here wouldn't do much for Santana as he's not super fast, but something good might be happening here as it's going to go to the ballpark. Here we go, 5-1, and it's a single plus to center field. Let's see what happens here. And it's going to be a double for Kipnis as Taylor can't get to it in time. Santana holds at third, and you have 2 runners in scoring position with Yan Gomes, the offensive machine of the Indians, and that's going to do it for Roark. Roark, 5 1/3 of work, 8 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Washington will now be bringing in the reliever, Sean Kelly. Kelly, his first appearance in this alternate season. He'll face Gomes with 1 out. And then the pitcher's spot, and you can bet they're going to pinch hit someone there, maybe even Encarnacion. That's what they did in the top of the 9th last time. Pitch here, and couldn't get the strikeout. What's Gomes going to do? He has a chance to do something big here. 4, 5. This one into center field. That's going to score 1 run. Kipnis will round third, and it's a 1-run ball game thanks to Yan Gomes. He comes through again for the Indians. And now they will bring in the pinch hitter, Abraham Almonte, to sacrifice himself to get the tying run into scoring position. That is Yan Gomes. Pitch to Almonte. And he strikes him out. 2 down, and a huge pitch by Sean Kelly. Now he'll face Brantley, who's 0 for 3. But that was against Roark. Different pitcher here in Sean Kelly. The pitch. And he strikes him out as well. Sean Kelly, after giving up the single that scored 2 runs, comes out, shuts down the rest of the Indians, and we're off to the next inning. But it's a 1-run ball game. Into the 7th we go. Or sorry, bottom of the 6th we go. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Harper, Rendon, Harper, and Zimmerman due up for the Nationals. They're leading it, but it's only 6-5. The Indians having a flair for the dramatic and late game situations. They were down by as much as 4 at one point, and then they worked and clawed their way back. Checking in on the chat room. Beatles attorney says, I'll stop by to say hi, LOL. We appreciate it. We always love having you here at the channel. Can't remember. Are you a big follower of Al Red Sox fans' boxing videos? Because I've been thinking about getting that game as well. Try to call a boxing match. That probably will not be nearly as good as Al Red Sox fan. I mean, I think that is something he's probably the best on YouTube at, is calling boxing matches. And I think you came up with the idea a few months ago that maybe me and him could call a baseball game together. I'd still be down to do that if he is, as the pitch to Rendon is going to go into center field for the out. Here comes Bryce Harper. Harper having a slow day behind the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. And Otero, the new pitcher for the Indians in this season, has 1 win, no losses, a 1.34 ERA, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits and 6 strikeouts. No walks. Here comes the pitch, 6-5, and it's a blank, so it's going to go to Harper's card. We'll see what happens here for him. This one, ground ball past Lindor, and Harper has his first hit. The last 2 World Series that the Nationals have been in, they go how Harper goes. Also, they've lost the last 2 World Series, right? But that is after every year they've won Game 1. Last year was the first time they've lost Game 1. So maybe already some different mojo going for the Nationals. Otero with Harper on first will deliver to Zimmerman, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI. And that's a wild pitch. Nope, there is no wild there, so we'll just simply roll again. This one. Ground ball hit at Ramirez. This could be trouble. Ramirez to Kipnis for 1, to Santana for 2. Double play, and it ends the inning. We're off to the 7th. No runs on 1 hit. Jackson Ramirez due up for the Indians in the top of the 7th. It's 6-5. Washington getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Oh, no. Sean Kelly started the inning for the Nationals, but he will not start this one. He was a 1-inning man. It's going to be Enny Romero. Romero, 333 average, no wins and 1 loss, 2 saves, a 3.33 ERA, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. I'm pretty sure Romero was the one who gave up that 2-run shot to Austin Jackson. And look, last night, and look who is up here to lead off the top of the 7th. It's Austin Jackson, 2 for 3. The pitch by Romero to the old nemesis from last night. And nothing happening there. This one, fly ball, deep center field, not nearly as far as the one he hit last night, as Taylor gets to the track for out number 1. Here comes Ramirez. Jose Ramirez, 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. And he goes down swinging. Romero, 1 inning out away from getting out of the 7th. Pitch to Lonnie Chisenhall, who's 1 for 3. He struck out once, but he scored once as well. And he's going to go down swinging as well. So 2 strikeouts for Romero as it's stretch time here in the nation's capital. It's 6-5 Washington. All right. So the Nationals checking in on the Nationals fan. Beatles Eternally in the chat room. He says, I think you and Al should call a game together. I'll let him know you're back. Beatles Eternally says, if you do boxing, I'll show up. I love baseball and I like boxing. Well, that's something that It's going to take a lot of work on my part, but it's definitely something I'm interested in as we move to the bottom of the 7th, and the Nationals hold a 1-run lead here in Game 2. Murphy, Goodwin, and Wieters due up for the Nationals. Otero, they're going to leave in there for one more inning maybe to get them to the setup man, probably Andrew Miller. And the pitch, that one, nothing happening there. So Daniel Murphy, who is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, will get another chance. And this one, he pops up high. Kipnis calls everybody off, puts the ball in glove for out number 1. Here comes Brian Goodwin. Goodwin 1 for 3, 293 average so far. Pitch by Otero. And this is going to be at the ballpark. Let's see what Goodwin does here. This one, ground ball to Ramirez. Ramirez, long throw, makes it happen for out number 2. And now here's Matt Wieters with Dan Otero down to fumes in the energy tank. Wieters, 1 for 3 with a homer, and nothing happening there on his card, so we'll go to Wieters' card. This one popped up high. Ramirez calls everyone off, and we're off to the bottom, or to the 8th here in Game 2. 6-5 Washington. No runs, no hits, no errors for them. But the Indians will have Lindor, Santana, and Kipnis due up in the top of the 8th. Enny Romero will stay in to face at least the first batter, and then depending on how that goes, he's probably on a pretty short leash considering he was the one who blew Game 1 earlier. All right, here comes the pitch by Romero to Lindor, who's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Range play. Lindor's going to test someone. Who's it going to be? This one, ground ball to Zimmerman. Zimmerman only has a 1 in 2 and 6 chance of making this happen. This could be huge. It is past Zimmerman. A single for Lindor, and Zimmerman had no chance there. Here comes Santana with a runner on. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, but he would later score after that walk. And the pitch. And he walked him. I think that's going to do it for Romero. Enny Romero's going to come out, and they need to get someone to shut this down. It's going to be Sammy Solis. Sammy Solis with a 0 ERA, 1 save, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, and 2 strikeouts. See what he does here to Kipnis. Oh, never mind. We ignored a pickoff prompt. 4-6. And he strikes Kipnis out looking for out number 1. There goes Lindor on the steal. He catches him. What a throw by Wieters to catch him at third. So now, with 2 down, here comes Yan Gomes. The go-ahead run at the plate. Look at these numbers by Gomes. 12 RBIs and 4 home runs. He has scored 8 himself. Solis with the pitch. And down goes Gomes swinging. We're off to the bottom of the 8th. Otero will not start this inning for the Indians. It will be Cody Allen. Cody Allen with a 0 ERA, 1-0 record, 2 saves, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, and 8 strikeouts as we transition to the bottom of the 8th. No runs, 1 hits, no error. Taylor, this pitcher spot, and Turner due up for the Nationals. They still lead it 6-5. All right, Michael Taylor, 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a run score due up. Looking for some insurance runs right now are the Nationals as the delivery by Allen comes. Called strike 3. Taylor goes down looking. Dominant at bat there by Cody Allen, and they will pinch hit someone now. Howie Kendrick will come in to pinch hit for Sammy Solis. Kendrick He came in to replace an injured player at one time, but that's about it. And the pitch. This one. Ground ball hit at Lindor. Lindor to Santana for out number 2. Here comes Trey Turner. Turner 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Pitch by Allen to get us to the 9th inning. And it's an error check on the throw. This one, ground ball to Kipnis. Kipnis throws it wide. And Turner will get on first. And now, with 2 down, here's Anthony Rendon, who homered his last at bat. 3 for 4, 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Allen takes a deep breath and fires. Swing and a miss, and down goes Rendon. So we're off to the 9th inning. And Coda Glover is coming on to end this one. No runs, no hits, no errors. Pitcher spot, Brantley and Jackson do it for the Indians. They trail the Nationals 6-5. The Nationals 3 outs away from tying the series up as we transition to Cleveland. Pitch hitter for Cleveland will be Edwin Encarnacion. Edwin with a .250 average, 5 runs, 3 RBIs, 2 homers. And they trail by 1. This is exactly the same situation. This is what happened last time. Encarnacion came on singled. Brantley got struck out, and then Austin Jackson had a 2-run shot to take the lead in the top of the 9th. Well, it would be Encarnacion on deck as Brantley, and then Austin Jackson. Glover, though, a different pitcher. The pitch by Glover. Strikes out Encarnacion, and we're already off to a better start for Washington than last night. Here comes Michael Brantley. Brantley 0 for 4. And almost got him to swing at that one, but Brantley wisely held up. 2-4. This one, fly ball, right field. Harper makes the easy play. And the hero from last night is the last hope here in Game 2 for the Indians. Austin Jackson, 2 for 4 with a strikeout and a run scored. In Game 2, Coda Glover takes the sign from Wieters. The pitch to hopefully end this one. And he barely misses, striking out Jackson. So we'll be up to Jackson's card. Can he keep this game alive? And this one into right field for a single. Austin Jackson does it again. The tying run is on, and the go-ahead run will come on thanks to Jose Ramirez, who has been on fire today. 2 for 4 with a double, an RBI, and a run scored, and that'll do it for Coda. The Indians doing it again. Matt Albers will come in for the Nationals. 1 inning pitched and 1 strikeout. Oh boy, here we go again. And there goes Austin Jackson on the steal. And he will steal second. Wieters had no chance. So now the tying run is in scoring position, especially with the speed Austin Jackson carries. The pitch by Albers. This one, ground ball to Rendon. Rendon throws to first, and Game 2 goes to Washington. The series is all tied up as Washington celebrates, tying this one up. We'll update our series ticker here. One second, and there it is, series tied at 1. So let's go ahead and bring up the post-game report. Got to save game statistics, save stats, find out who our star player of this game was, player of the game. Let's go to view game stats. for Washington. Let's show you guys that. There it is. All right, let's see. Go a little bit bigger. All right, Tanner Roark gets the win with Matt Albers getting the save. Carlos Carrasco takes his first loss as he only went 1 inning. Player of the game, see RBIs. Anthony Rendon has 2 RBIs. He hit a homer. Let's see. Rendon with 2 homers. Rendon is also the only, he went 3 for 5. Okay. I think Anthony Rendon is probably going to be your player of the game. Yep, Anthony Rendon is your player of the game. So Rendon in game 2 goes 3 for 5, which is very impressive. And gets player of the game honors with a homer and only strikes out once. So that's how that's going to go. So the series is all tied up as we transition to Cleveland on Tuesday. Like I said, that game will either be early afternoon or late evening, or late afternoon, early evening, or it'll be our primetime game. It all depends on what the results of tonight's game between the Red Sox and the Dodgers are. So final score here, 5-6. The Nationals even the series up as we transition to Cleveland. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to EOSN. And let's see if we can get a preview. No, we can't. Okay. So pitching announcements, starting pitchers will be announced later on. So big thanks to Beatles Eternally and everybody else who watched. We will see you guys on Tuesday when the ball flies at Progressive Field for Game 3 of our Alternative Universe MLB World Series. Take care.